Assalamu alaikum, rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hey, much love to everybody out there. Hope you're having a beautiful Friday, doing what's best for you. Hey, free game. Your life and the world be such a better place if you follow people you're a fan of. Don't ever think your one comment is enough to change or affect somebody's life. Your life and your benefit will be so much better if you follow people you're a fan of. Following people you're not a fan of only keeps you in the miserable place that you already in to follow them just to hate on their page. Alright? So for all you that follow people that you hate, stop it. I'm praying for you. As much as I can, I'm praying for you. Because y'all what's wrong with this world. So only follow people you're a fan of. Don't follow people just to hate. Because your hating is not that powerful.
White supremacy did to you is it made you divisive. It made you hate each other. Like, I'm sure right here in the comments, there's going to be a whole lot of sucker comments like F you, blah, 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 blah. You know, and I know what it's about. It's about that Kwame Brown conversation. I thought I was helping out. I thought I was helping the brother out. But Kwame didn't take it that way. And I get that. Maybe he feels like he's being attacked by everybody. But that divisive energy, that's as bad as what white people do to you. I mean, that's literally KKK stuff. That's white supremacy 101, because the number one goal, if you read Powernomics and Black Labor, White Wealth, the number one goal they have for Black people was to keep them fighting and divided. So, I believe, that there's a COINTELPRO operation to constantly create confusion, because when you have confusion, you can never have progress. So, and also, if you don't have family, you can't build. You can't build without family. So,
So you see, that was Stephen Jackson on his Assalamu alaikum shit. You better be careful with all that Muslim shit he preaching, because he knows the white elites, they don't like that. They don't like that. You better chill out. I see he's using his religion to try to get niggas to see through his fuck shit that Kwame Brown has been exposing over the last week and a half. And he says he don't acknowledge the haters. He says he's giving away free game. I'm like, what free game? You know, what that sounds like feminine. The haters. I've never, as a grown man, called another man a hater. We got a different opinion. You think you like blue, I like green. I don't think you a hater. We just agree to disagree. But Stephen Jackson took the high road, apologized, but then he keeps on putting out these subliminal messages. And he just won't get it. Now, the one I really want to talk about is Boyce. Boyce the Voice Watkins, a.k.a. Tariq calls him Moist Watkins. Boyce is about money. Boyce is a guy you go to for financial advice, stock advice, things like that. He's clearly uninformed, misinformed, has limited information. He's not really a sports guy. And to me, if you're not a sports fan, unless you did a lot of research in the last 2 weeks, you shouldn't even be talking about this, because you're coming from the outside world. So people like him and Hassan Campbell, who don't even watch sports, the reason they sound so dumb is because they're misinformed. They don't know what they're talking about. You're just trying to attach your name to what's hot, because most YouTubers, bingo, you know what I mean? You review what's trending. And they seen the numbers and they like, yo, let me get some of that. Let me see. Oh, this is an old basketball player just going in. But watch that clip and how Boyce uses attacking other black men. He went on to say that he doesn't want to beef with other black men, using the words beef, using the words fighting. He took the Jamel Hill route. Let's try to make this guy out to be violent, because he reached out to Kwame Brown for an interview and he told him fuck no. But I know everybody's seen the Joe Brown interview. That did 700,000. Everybody's seen that. Why would he do an interview with you when you running around here using this narrative to make him look like the angry black man, and he got a real black man, and Judge Joe Brown? That interview, that's game. Stephen Jackson, you talk about game. That was game. That was masculinity at its finest. Judge Joe Brown was dropping gems left and right. And these guys continue to prove Kwame Brown right when they keep on doing this stuff. Stephen A., and I'll get to Stephen A. in a minute, but back to Boyce. Boyce is cool with the get along, go along gang, obviously. He's a reoccurring guest on Breakfast Club, and Charlemagne and them, it's crazy because Boyce is anti-Democrat and he's had his opinions on the Democrats, but yeah, Charlemagne and them are pro-Democrat, and it's okay. Your friends can support what they want, but when I have friends who vote Democrat too. But when you got a responsibility and you're on a platform like that and you got the masses listening to you, a predominant black audience, and you're on there manipulating black folks and deceiving black folks, that's when we got a problem. And that's all they did the last 2 years with Kamala Harris, Angela Rye, all these folks, Hillary and the hot sauce thing. You're deceiving black people by the millions. And if this is your friend, Boyce, why don't you pull him and check him? I check my niggas when they out of line. They check me. That's what real friends do. You know, but you want to be a part of that inner circle. So you took the high road and said, okay, let me do what Jamel Hill did. Let me get some press like Charlamagne and them did. No one wants to address that. You're friends with a so-called pedophile? I wouldn't want to publicly say I'm friends with somebody who got some shit like that on their record. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want to touch that, but you know, this is what it is. Then when you are part of that machine, these are the things you have to do. It's almost like the humiliation rituals you hear about with the Illuminati. In this situation, the objective is you got to attack another black person or sell out another black person or push the black woman agenda. And let me explain that to some black women who think, oh, you don't like black women. No, I love black women. My mother's a black woman. You know what I mean? But the pro-black woman agenda is really not about y'all and caring about y'all. When they say, like Boyce would say, oh, black woman this, black woman that, black woman that. A lot of that is just the agenda is to uplift the black woman, promote her to the top in the black society, you know, circle, and demote the black man. You know, because usually at a job, when you get a promotion, it's usually because someone resigned, someone got fired, you took their spot. And in other demographics, any demographic, any white people, Italians, Jews, Mexicans, Asians, the man is the top of the food chain and is the most respected. And in our culture, it's the woman, and the black man, it comes second or either behind the children sometimes. We don't get the respect we deserve, and it's bigger than just some basketball player just running his mouth making jokes. It's bigger than Kwame Brown. You know, I'm like Nino. You know what I mean? This is about black male respect in general and niggas taking back what's theirs. You've already taken everything from us. You know, it's like Richard Pryor used to say, it was an old joke. He was saying, what else can they take from me besides my dick and my respect? Yeah, that's all I got. You know what I mean? So when you see guys and all this effeminate beta male energy like Boyce and them be pushing, I just be like, yo, what are y'all? You know, he says, oh, y'all call me a simp. And yeah, because that's what you doing. That's what you doing. He wants to be a part of that circle. Someone who stands out to me, and I said this in another video, Jason Whitlock. We used to call him Jason Coonlock. I'm not saying he's like Uncle Ruckus reverse. I'm not saying that. But his tune has changed a lot since he got away from the machine. When he was on ESPN, he was the #1 coon on the network. Him and Stephen A, 1A, 1B. Then he went to Fox, was the #1 person. I remember one time me and Shannon Sharp got into it on Twitter because Shannon Sharp wanted to G-check Bill Murray for saying the N-word. And I said, yo, Jason Whitlock disrespect black men all the time on Fox, and you in the same studio. Why don't you say something? And Shannon was like, I will check him. I will. I'm going to look that up and see if I can find that. But he never did. And anyway, he was on Fox and he got fired, or they parted ways, you know. And then he went on Outkick with Travis Clay here on YouTube. That fell through the roof. Now he's doing his own independent shit with Curtis Schoon. And for the first time, Jason Whitlock is actually sounding like a black 50-year-old man. And not some shucking and jiving, bootlicking, you know, get back in the house, master said so ass nigga like he used to be. Because now the handcuffs are off. He's not with the machine anymore. Now he can be, I guess, I don't know, pro-black, or just he could be black. He doesn't have to be what they wanted him to be. You know, and a lot of these cats, they're willing to sell out for that bag. For that bag. And I don't know what kind of bag Whitlock was getting, but they had him on that coon train heavy. And even he thought Stephen A, which we'll get to him, Stephen A was real low of Stephen A. Even Whitlock said that. You know, Kenyon Martin dragged Stephen A for that too. You know, he did exactly what Kwame Brown said. Go on there and play a bunch of lowlights. Now, every athlete has lowlights and bloopers. Tim Tebow's coming back in the NFL. He got a shitload of bloopers. Will Stephen A play his bloopers like that? I mean, he had one of his producers go and find all the missed passes and botched plays that Kwame ever did. You could do that with any player. Kobe had bad plays. LeBron's got bad plays. Tom Brady's got bad plays. Will you play their lowlights like that? And would you live to see another day and keep your job without apologizing? I think not. But you can disrespect Kwame Brown. You could disrespect a black man who isn't an elite or isn't white. If you're not elite like a LeBron and them, or you're not white, you can pretty much just open season on your ass. We can disrespect you. You know, Jalen Rose is getting a pass for sticking up for Kwame Brown. And that's what's up. But don't forget he's married to Molly, and Molly was one of the main people on First Take when that Deshaun Watson shit they was dragging it. You couldn't get away from seeing it on your TV. She was the one. Oh, ESPN. She was like, oh, NFL should suspend him. He hadn't even been fucking. He wasn't even guilty. It was no verdict. She was saying she was already banging the gavel talking about suspension. And then this is right after the Chad Wheeler thing happens, and they acknowledged that one time. Dude beat the snot out of his girlfriend, and they just was like, oh, well, this is unfortunate, and they never spoke on it again. So, Kwame Brown is doing more than just what it looks like. Even Godfrey, and I don't want to sound like a party pooper. I love a good joke, but even with Godfrey, him making the parody, it's like, and I know Kwame don't mind it, but to me it's kind of like you making a mockery of it a little bit when you making the jokes like that. Like, this is some real serious shit right here. This isn't no joking manner. You know what I mean? I know the mama's cooking and the southern drawl. It's funny, and it's meant to entertain you, but at the same time acknowledge you. That's the type of media we need. You could get entertainment and game at the same time. That interview with Judge Joe Brown was better than any Breakfast Club interview I've seen in I don't know how long. That was real game. That was free game. Not that shit Stephen Jackson's kicking in his car when he got on his, Assalamu alaikum shit. That he ain't say nothing in that video. Nothing. You just wasting time. You just mad because this nigga's still going in on y'all asses. And then they continue to call him violent. When Matt Barnes accepted the challenge and said he was coming to Atlanta to throw hands, I didn't hear nobody call Becky violent. He's been real quiet. He's been real quiet because he can't get away without that nickname. That name's going to carry with him forever. I don't think he's ever going to apologize. I don't think he's ever going to accept any type of compromise with Kwame Brown because everybody calling him Becky. But, this is what they do. And they've exposed themselves. I'm glad they've exposed themselves. And more black people need to start tuning out. Tune into the podcasters, the YouTubers. And I'm not just saying that because I'm on YouTube. This is where the real information is at. Where it's not necessarily, it's not filtered. This ain't Instagram. It's not politically driven. No, I don't have an agenda. I can't speak for these other niggas that do. And like I say, with YouTube, this shit don't pay my bills. This is something I do on the side. For some of these other cats, it's their bread and butter. So these views mean a lot to them. So they're going to do whatever they can to get those views by any means. So everyone has a different approach about it. Hassan Campbell, he got his TV cut off, he had something to say. Another one misinformed, but everybody wants to be on the Kwame Brown train. Damn. Excuse me, for better or worse. So it is what it is. So like I say, let me know if y'all gonna continue to support Boyce Watkins and some of these other clowns that have exploited themselves over the last 2 weeks. It feels like it's been 2 weeks because it's just been exhausting, honestly. And Stephen A. did himself no favors. He cut that Randy Savage promo. We'll see what you got to say when I come on my show tonight. Stephen A's World. This nigga's like the Steve Harvey of sports media. This nigga got like 8 shows. Now, what's the difference between Stephen A's World, Stephen A. Radio Show, and First Take? Come on. I don't get it. Now, ESPN's lost a lot of subscribers because everyone's cutting the cable cord. They've lost like 300, 400,000 subs. They've laid off 400 people. They're trying to get people to subscribe to this new ESPN Plus app. And that was what that was. That was a plug to promote his new show. If you want to see my response down, go and subscribe. And then he sat there for three minutes and just played, bad blooper plays and said nothing of anything. He didn't address the black men attacks. He didn't address him going to college, dragging Kwame Brown's name. He didn't address the fact that Kwame been in the doghouse with Jordan. He didn't address anything but basketball. And that's exactly what Kwame Brown said. They're making him look like Einstein. I don't know what his IQ is, but they're making him look genius. Everything that man said they would do, they're doing it. Now, we got to hold ourselves. Well, are we going to, meet him halfway and stop supporting these bozos? I know a lot of people saying, I unsubscribe to this one, that one. We'll see. We'll fucking see. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. I know some people disrespectful as fuck, but it is what it is.